And we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Live Reality Game Shows podcast. I'm your host, Lee. Joining me is Syrvivor Syracuse All Stars from season 3 and season 4, Madison, and our recently departed Holly.
Hello.
How are you both doing?
I am good. Super happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Excited to chat with Madison. I didn't know that you were going to be here. This is really fun.
Yeah, I would not miss it. But yeah, I'm also doing well. Excited to chat.
I made the impossible happen. I made Holly and Madison have a conversation.
We were talking before, Lee. You can't take that.
Oh, okay. Everything's good outside the game. So I had to start with saying, Holly, how does it feel to be voted off?
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. I was not expecting it. I think I was like, the first time I went home, season 3 was not as emotional. Because I knew that I was going home for the most part. And then season 4, I was like, I honestly wanted to cry a little bit because I thought that I was like, oh my God, I feel like I bonded so well with everyone. And then they just like backstabbed me. I'm a very trusting, emotional person. So, like, that's part of the game. It's fine. And like, all good. It's all good now. Like, I am, friends with Kat and Cam still. But yeah, it sucked. But it was an amazing blindside. Like, I had absolutely no idea. Literally was so confident that I didn't even bring my idol with me. So good on them for keeping it a secret.
Wow, you didn't even bring it with you?
No, yeah, I did not even bring it with me. And I was kind of like kicking myself because, it beforehand, like it was switching back and forth between Cassidy and I. Like we were kind of like switching possession of the idol back and forth depending on like how we felt, and it was in Cassidy's hands. And then I was like, maybe we can switch it back before vote off. And then I decided, I'm like, I'm not gonna bring it. So even if I hadn't brought it, but it was still with Cassidy, like she would have had it going forward. So like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question. Were you able to switch the idol with Cassidy? Was it technically voted off with you?
Yeah, it was technically voted off with me. Yeah, if it had been with Cassidy, like she would have still had it in the game. So it's what happens.
Wow, you really don't have the best relationship with idols, do you?
No, oh my gosh, I was talking about this in the recap show yesterday. I feel like my season 3 and 4 games like mirrored each other. Like I was supposed to be blindsided and voted off at the swap in season 3. It didn't happen. I wiggled my way through. And then in season 4, I was voted off with a blindside. And like with the idols, like season 3, obviously, like there was a fake I went home with, but then I went home with the real one in season 4. So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Mirroring your season 3 performance, this was actually the same time you would have been voted off in season 3.
Yeah, exactly.
That I didn't even think about that. That's such an interesting point. People are like, this is when Holly's the thread comes through. She's like, we can't have that. Jeez.
I know.
Yeah, because
I just didn't escape at this time.
The season 3 people made the mistake of not voting you off, and the season 4 people had to correct that.
Yeah, exactly. They knew what I was bringing to the table, unfortunately.
Yeah, they knew what Jason didn't. Speaking of Jason, he had some words for you throughout the season.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked because I really like with Jason's vote. I think both times like we felt like he just didn't talk to us enough, so we were kind of like, okay, this is like a fairly easy vote. And in season 3, like he should have listened to everyone else. But I told him last minute, I don't even remember who I wanted to vote for, but I told him last minute, like the vote, I think it was Sabrina, the vote that we were going to do. And he believed me. And like, I was like, well, it's good for me, but I think he was like really upset with me, and I didn't realize how upset with me. Like I thought that we were all good, but it's fine. I saw him outside the bar a few weeks ago, and I thought I made eye contact with him, but I don't think he was looking at me. I don't know if he saw me, but it's all good, Jason.
The train continues.
I'll make a quick comment on that because I was pretty close to Jason, and even I had no idea the anger he had towards Holly, and I think I would have been the person to tell about that. But no, he kept it completely to himself. He was Not telling a soul.
He said, "This is for the vlogs only."
Seriously.
We're
Freaking
making a
nice.
vlog argument.
Yeah. Oh, it's intense. It's okay.
And another thing I wanted to mention is your love for the RA Alliance people that you managed to play with 2 seasons for.
Mm-hmm.
And now the RA Alliance is only down to just Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for the first time you guys seeing each other? It was like, oh wow, these 2 other people I know are on different sides and we're all playing together. And then you play with them again, plus another person. But this time it's in an all-star setting.
Yeah, I think it was intense. I think one of the big mistakes that we made was playing with each other too much because obviously we couldn't escape the fact that everyone knew we were friends, everyone knew we played closely together in season 3. But we still should have branched out more, and I mean, that killed our game. I think Paul, it's funny, like, Paul was the one to try and stay on the outs. The most, and it didn't work out, but we should have followed Paul's lead and maybe we would have made it to the merge, but
Yeah, I don't even think it's totally your guys' fault. I think there was just this title surrounding all of your names that like you would go to the end with each other, and I don't know what you could have possibly said to change anyone's mind. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's honestly your guys' fault. Like you worked with the people you were close to, and that's not necessarily a bad move. Unfortunately, it's just like people talk and hear about previous seasons, and they're just like, "Oh, besties, gotta watch out."
Right, yeah. As
Yeah, I
is the
mean,
game of college survivor, it's hard to escape friends in the game, so
yeah, it's not like you can pull a Sierra Easting then vote off your mom in Survivor and expect everything to be good
Exactly.
afterwards.
Gotta stick with my besties.
Of course. Paul tried.
Paul tried. He did.
Yeah. And you all did follow his footsteps in being voted off.
Exactly. It was like one by one. Once they decided where they were taking a group down, it was like, oh god. So we'll see what happens to Cassidy. But
Yeah. One quick question. This was mentioned a few episodes ago. You called yourself the Pigs Alliance, and you all had nicknames for each other. What's the story behind that?
yeah. So we called ourselves the Pig Alliance because there's obviously this joke that like RAs are such cops, and all 4 of us are very like anti-cops. So we were like, okay, let's like be funny and ironic and call ourselves the Pigs because we're such cops that we're RAs. So that's but, yeah.
Amazing.
So, what made you want to come back for season 4?
You want to go, Maddie? I feel like I've been talking a lot. So.
Oh, sure. Why I came back for season 4? I wanted to prove myself. I felt like I wanted to show that I played a good game, or I'm capable of playing a good game, and I wanted to prove. I wanted another chance to show that to others, basically.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer, Madison. I think you did prove yourself. I feel like everyone really underestimated you in season 3, but you made it to the end, and that's proof that you played a good game. I think, like, for me, I just wanted to come back and play again because I think it's fun. Like, I was really happy with how I did in season 3. I feel like I played a really good game, so I'm kind of just like going into it like, this is all stars. Like, this is so fun. We're all here because we just love the game. So yeah, I feel like, social, that was like my main goal. And that proved itself. Like I was out pre-merge, it's fine. So yeah.
Yeah, you just had too many friends.
I know.
Yeah, you were too good.
Too good. We both we were too
absolutely too good.
Yeah, icons.
And I want to quickly bring up the transition period where this little rivalry kind of ended with Madison leaving without you technically voting her off.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk us through, like, we heard a lot of the villain side of the whole transition when I had Madison and Jake on. Could we hear, like, more of the heroes and your side of that situation?
Yeah, I think, gosh, I feel like I don't remember fully what was going through our heads, but I think for a lot of us, like Jake was an obvious threat, and I think adding Gabby to the mix because, Madison, you and Gabby also, I guess, had some beef, like, and because
One-sided though.
I don't
Wait,
know.
Gabby has beef with Madison? I never heard.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think like that because like the heroes were in theory like deciding the vote, like having Gabby kind of enter it, and obviously like we had quote unquote beef at the time, like your name and Jake's name were just the top two. Um just in terms of like a big game move. I don't know, like we felt really like we wanted to keep like hero strong, which ended after. Yeah, I feel like that was it. We felt really like in power that week.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
we were.
definitely. I wish you guys would have stayed together. Like I felt, I don't know, like coming back and then, well, after I went, I mean, and just seeing you guys like go, I'm just like, what was the reason? I would. Oh, I
It's
felt bad. I
right.
was just like, what happened?
It's interesting how the alliances, I guess they were faded so quickly after that like transition swap period.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah, because after the transition, I didn't get to talk with anyone this last week because nobody was here. And now that you're here, you guys getting picked by Lauren, Wardog, and Kelly Wentworth. How did that happen?
I have no idea how eBoard pulled that off, but I love it. It was so cool. Like I remember going into the auditorium and like watching that video that Luke had put together. Like it was insane. I don't know. It just felt like, oh my gosh, this is like a step up for the club. Like, Survivor Syracuse is like still kind of, it was still like in its infancy. Like we're filming season 7 right now, but yeah, exciting.
Something to look
Yeah,
forward
it was
to.
so cool. It was great.
And you, of course, were picked on the Wardog tribe, which is now known as Heroes 2.0 tribe because you were with nothing but heroes.
Oh, yeah. We definitely lucked out with that. But at the same time, I guess I didn't because that was, I was like an easy boot out of all of us. But yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. I don't think it was even your fault. I just think people viewed you as a threat, but also a threat with like a really strong relationship with Cassidy.
Yeah.
And in the game, people are just threatened by powerful couples.
Yeah. And it also didn't help that they thought you had an idol.
Yeah, which they were correct. I really thought I hit it well. But I don't know.
You hit it well from a good few people. Some people did notice because during the Find Luke challenge, there was something about, oh, it's near an idol. And Carl pointed out how you immediately messaged him, go to Kimmel. Which made him think, how does Holly know that there was an idol at Kimmel unless she found it?
I think I remember texting that and being like I just really messed up. But like I kind of like thought, I was like, oh, maybe I can save myself because the idol was obviously at Kimmel. It was. Funny story, I didn't fully find it. Like I think I said this in the vlog, but like the DPS officer pointed it out to us.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He said like, yeah, it's hiding over there. And Cassidy and I were like, no way, this man just gave this away to us. But yeah, I felt like, oh, it's obviously like it was at Kimmel, so maybe I can save myself with this. But yeah, valid. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it was definitely questions like everyone was always like, oh, does Austin have it or does Holly have it? Some people were like, Holly has it, and some were like, Austin has it. Eli was like confident Austin has the idol.
Yeah, we were neck and neck. So
yeah, if only he was on your tribe.
True.
Because so I suppose we should get started with the episode with the department of poor Mitch. He cannot catch a break. He always has to get idled out, voted off with one vote by an idol that Jack finds and gives to someone else.
Yeah.
Mitch is such a sweetie. I don't know. I feel like people really underestimate Mitch too. I feel like in general with Survivor, people just underestimate the people that are really nice.
Mhm.
Even though like that's arguably one of like the biggest threats in the game. Like if you're nice and friendly with everyone,
Being
um,
sneaky.
I think like with Cassidy, like, you know, everyone underestimates her a lot because she is like the sweetest person ever, but she was playing a really good game. And yeah, like Mitch, same with that too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a common thing amongst a lot of Survivor players where it's like, oh, if you're nice, you're like, oh, you're faking it, or you're not really playing. You have to be mean and vindictive in order to be playing the game.
yeah.
Yeah, I can speak on that. I agree. Like Mitch is super, super sweet, but he was in a power position. Like before the swap, like on Heroes, I felt, at least watching it back, I thought like he was in a really good position with ties to a lot of different people, with Cam and Eli, and seeing how it worked out. It's robbery. I was so sad watching it back because I'm just like, oh, Mitch again, no.
Yeah.
Damn you, Owen.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He has a lot to be questioned if I ever get him on here.
Owen or Mitch?
I saw him
Owen.
briefly that one
Oh my
time.
I saw him briefly one time to accuse him of voting at Madison. Now I can accuse him for voting for Mitch.
He was like, I'm a head out.
Owen can be questioned a lot from season 3 and 4.
Honestly.
Yeah. So with Mitch gone, that's kind of the end of the Lauren tribe. We get another Lauren cameo where she decides who goes to Heroes tribe, who goes to Villains plus Eli tribe, and who goes to Exile. She decides to send the only hero to the Heroes tribe, one of the villains to the Villains tribe, and then Owen is sent to Exile, the guy who was the main target.
Yeah.
If I ever get somebody on the I don't know if you know this, by any chance did Kelly, Lauren, or Wardog know like tribe divisions?
Oh, like know what was happening in the game itself?
Yeah, or like knew who were the heroes and who were the villains.
I think they knew, correct me if you know, like, but I think they knew the tribes that they were coming from, but I don't think they knew like the inner workings. They wouldn't have known, oh, Eli close to Mitch, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think they had I'm pretty sure they sent all of our intro videos to them, so like they were able to watch a little clip of kind of like who we are and get our personality and stuff, like those intro videos that they use in that like video that they showed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sent those to the 3, so
Yeah, because it was like interesting. It's like how weird that one tribe is all heroes, one tribe is almost all villains, and then there's like only one mixed tribe.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if they knew like which team we were on, but I think they were picking them off. I feel like actually they probably were just picking it by the intro videos and personality, because I bet eBoard wanted them to do it just based on like who they thought fit with who.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense, which made for a crazy game. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Made for a crazy swap. It reunited you and Cassidy, which was both helpful and a burden.
yeah.
And then Hannah gets to go back with all the villains who love to talk shit about her.
I know. Watching it back, I feel bad. I don't know. I think Hannah's a strong player, so it's always hard to see. Part of it's also probably editing. Like I'm sure everyone in my experience says good things along with bad things. Like it's never all negative. So, but just watching it, it definitely is a negative spin on poor Hannah. So it's just
Remember, people, this is an edited, televised YouTube show about college people playing a CBS reality show.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of caveats.
Yeah. And so, right before the intro, we get this weird thing about Gabby's mother telling her that a psychic that she needs to take vitamins. So if I ever get Gabby on here, I have a lot of questions for her. Intro moment. We get to see the challenge. Everyone's upset over Mitch because obviously. And we got a Season 3 classic that you both participated in. It's the You Up Challenge. So you both did You Up in Season 3, and Holly, you got to do it again. What was it like in Season 3, and could you compare it with like Season 4?
I would say, honestly, Season 3 was more stressful, I would say, because actually, I don't know. It's hard. Both are very different because Season 3, you're like, okay, if I don't get it in, I can rely on my team members, but like everyone's thinking that, so you have to like constantly be looking for stuff. But with Season 4, like you only have one day of being stressed out, but it is all your fault if you don't get that day. And like I was working my ass off. Like I really I was doing so well. Like I felt disgusting with the ketchup in my hair, but like I did it. It was fine. I feel like I cleared like my whole schedule for that. And it's still like I didn't, it was tough. So I don't know which was better or worse, just very different.
Madison, what was your experience in Season 3?
It's a fun challenge, but a stressful challenge. And I think I would have preferred the team kind of version of it where it's less stress individually for a day, but like the stress is extended over a longer period of time, because I liked making a spreadsheet and figuring out when people could do certain time slots to do their tasks. Like I loved that. I'm a fan of spreadsheets, in case anyone didn't know.
Yes.
But
Really?
We love it. We love it. It's so good.
But it was interesting watching just two people go at it, like in competition with each other over a day long period. Like very interesting. But watching it, I'm also like, wow, if that was me, like I'd feel a lot of pressure, because I'm sure people saw the results. They did see the results. So already there are comments like, oh, did Abby throw it? Did Eli try to throw it? So interesting.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah. Whether you win by a close one or you have a Jack Cam situation. Yeah, I'm just going to read off some of the things that these people had to do, and I really need to question some of the judges on why did you make them do some of this? Because some are fine. We got to see Cassidy impersonate you, Holly, going to bed at 9:30 in the morning. Well, in the evening.
Yeah, I love going to bed early. I've been breaking that habit this year because I don't have as much work to do, but I'm like a 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. sleep person.
That's my favorite thing to do. So
Yeah.
we're same.
We all yay sleep. And melatonin? What's that?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've actually weaned myself off of it, but I was like completely addicted to taking melatonin to sleep for like a year and a half. Like I could not sleep without it. I am such a baby about sleep. Like I sleep with earplugs in and like rain noises sometimes. Like I gotta get in the zone. So yeah, that's really, it's funny.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm still addicted to melatonin personally, but I'll get there.
It's hard. I did it over winter break. I was like, I'm not taking this anymore. I can't.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
And production decided to bring back Flappy Bird. Remember that craze?
I would have killed that. I was the best at Flappy Bird.
And I lost that one.
We got to see some musical numbers. We got ABBA. We have Lady Gaga, Rick Astley, whatever the hell Jake was singing.
Oh, I don't even remember. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was from the movie Star is Born.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sang that as well. I was talking about the one that was like sing your like favorite jam or something.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Then we get to Jack and Cam's, where some of them were light something on fire and break glass.
Yeah. I think I remember Cam telling us about the break glass or something. Like she did it like outside of a dorm. I don't even know. I'm like, that's dangerous.
The word safety was prompted there, but still.
Yeah.
Maybe not for season 5 when you bring this back.
Yeah, just maybe not the throwing glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the light something on fire.
Yeah.
Did you notice how they did not show that one? We got memes posted. We move on to Derek and Hannah, age-old rivalry, where they personally offended me by doing an Irish jig. That was not a jig.
Okay.
It wasn't even close.
Set him straight, Lee. There you go.
You keep your arms straight, and it's a lot of leg kicking. And the whole fake apology video. You know that most of these people have practiced with fake apologies.
Oh yeah, that's part of Survivor.
Yeah.
That is an essential skill.
I'm sorry I wrote your name down. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this idol. I'm sorry.
It happened.
I was sorry. I don't know if that was a dig, but I was sorry.
I know you
Oh
were.
yeah, I forgot.
It's okay.
Hitfall. I really need to figure out. Oh yeah, and we got Derek and Hannah decided to do one task that was their prediction order of the season. They had to write in the boot order and predict the rest of the season. Weirdly, neither of them put themselves as the winner. Hannah has final three: Abby, Gabby, and Cam. Yeah. Holly, she put you 10th.
Nice. I don't even know what place I got out, like 6th.
And Derek has Gabby winning the season with Cam and Catherine being final 2.
Interesting. Huh.
And 4th, 5th, 6th. And he put you 7th.
Fair enough. All right. Consistent.
He's like, we'll take it.
It works.
But not all these tasks were like hard. One of these was donate to charity.
Oh yeah.
That was
my
cute.
gosh.
I like
That's
that.
nice. I didn't know that was one.
Yeah, that was one they had to do. They both donated money to their charities.
Oh,
That was
cute.
really cute.
And now we get an intersection moment where Owen doesn't know who he wants to win because he's screwed either way.
Classic.
Then, and then we cut to Villains plus Eli tribe, where Eli's the obvious target because he's the only hero on a tribe of villains. But now the villains have Hannah on the tribe, and since people don't like the way Hannah's playing, she's another target.
Mhm.
And then Jack is making himself a target with all this paranoia and all this back and forth talk. He was like, in person, he's like, I don't want this to be a Heroes versus Villains seasons. And then when Abby wants to like, oh, I want to work with Eli. How dare you work with those filthy heroes? And while we're on the topic of Jack and Madison, you're here, we kind of have to discuss the whole giving the idol to Owen instead of giving it to you. What was your take when you saw that happen?
Well, I mean, Jack messaged me after, and he also warned me. My perspective is like he viewed it as a mistake, not playing it for. It would have been both me and Jake. So that was a regret he had, and I think he just didn't want to continue to make that mistake. He saw, I guess, numbers dwindling on side of the villains, so he took it into his own hands. And though I wish he would have saved me over Owen, very much so, we'll see how it works out for him. But it also just sucks that Mitch was the person to suffer the consequences, I guess, of that. But I don't know. Interesting move. I was just surprised, and I was just like, what the heck, Jack, when I heard about it, but it's all right.
Because you would have had your duplicator, which is an advantage Holly did not know of until probably watching the show.
Wait, what?
Madison's idol duplicator advantage that you got off of Eli.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that you had that. Maybe I saw that in one of the previous episodes and just completely forgot about it, but wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would have done something. I don't know.
Man.
You can probably guess who they would have targeted if they had the idol.
But you had an idol, so you probably would have seen that coming. If both Jake and myself were safe, you probably would have been like, I don't know. Would have been interesting.
Out of all the heroes, who does Madison have beef with and most likely would vote for? Probably me. I just have this feeling.
Yeah. I didn't know Gabby was coming for me as hard as she was, though.
Yeah.
All this secret beef on this old body tribe.
I guess so.
So true. Jason, me, Madison, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Gabby,
That's so true.
Owen, body tribe equals drama.
It was, though. Body brought the drama.
Oh, poor Joe.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I wonder how Joe's doing.
I hope he's well.
Yeah.
Miss Joe.
He got some good drawings in this episode and some memes. Assuming it's the same Joe.
It's a different Joe.
Oh, it is
different Joe.
Production Joe.
Did not know that.
Yes, there are multiple.
And after we get done with Villains plus Eli's, we now move to Heroes 2.0. It's just easier to call you guys that instead of Wentworth and War Dog. We can talk about your side of this, Holly. What made you want to go further with Kat and Cam over Derek and Austin, or just Austin?
Oh my god. Austin already won. I think he's a great player, but he already won. And I don't know, I just wanted a little girlies alliance. I think it's fun. And I liked Cam and Kat a lot. I still do. They're great. I think they're super smart and like had a good game plan going, and I felt good about it. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there were no like real reasons. I was just like, girls alliance, and Austin already won.
Totally valid. Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't copy the heroes and let's just get rid of the winner our first tribal.
I know. I was kind of shocked that Austin wasn't an obvious target. Like looking back, I was kind of shocked that Austin wasn't an obvious target for other people. But I mean, it just like goes to show like he played an amazing game and like still managed to stay like under the radar despite having won. So which I guess was not able to do. I guess Madison can speak to that.
I guess so. It didn't help that I had that thing where I had to get her out, but I think it also probably helped Austin that the heroes had more weeks to kind of establish relationships, and I don't know. Weren't there also more guy heroes?
Yeah, there were 6 guys and 4 girl heroes.
That probably didn't hurt him either.
That is true. I forgot about that little demographic breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah. Sexism.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic, Catherine kind of has a lot of power in this hero tribe. It seems like a lot of people are like relying on her for her vote, going to her for intel, getting intel from her. And this is a completely different Catherine that we saw in season 1 because we barely saw that.
Yeah, I think Kat, like, I knew that she was a total threat, but because I like thought that I was working with her, I didn't really do anything, and I felt like it would be better to keep her on my side. Obviously than not be on her side, and that's true because that's what happened. But yeah, she I feel like she knew completely what was going on in every aspect of our team.
Yeah. And while she is close to Austin and everyone likes Austin does not want to play a strictly heroes game, and it slipped the fact that he shared an idol clue with Owen, which is yet to be found.
Wild. That was wild. I didn't know that was a thing.
So you heard from Derek, who heard from Eli, that Austin spilled your idol clue to Owen.
Yes, I think that's what happened.
It's been a while.
And then Austin found out from Jack, who found out from Hannah, who found out from Owen that you guys know that he spilled the idol. And all this because he wanted to respect Carl's last words on working with Owen.
Yeah, it's I don't even know. Like, I feel like with that, it was definitely a kind of like thing that Austin should have done a better job of covering up. But I don't know. I think that was like the time where I was FaceTiming Owen, and I was like on a Zoom with multiple other people, and they were listening to the conversation with Owen, and that's like kind of how I like shared with the people what was going on. But yeah,
Spy Zooms, love that.
yeah, babe. Owen was so mad at me for that. Like, I mean, not like so obviously like with in the realm of being mad about Survivor, but he was like, "Damn, really? Like, you did that to me?" I'm like, "Dude, you admitted to me in season 3 that you lied to me the entire game. What was I supposed to do?" Like,
and he's still doing that, just only to Cassidy this time.
Yeah.
Cassidy has a vendetta against him now.
Yeah, Owen played a sus game this season.
And I mean, in season 3 too, a little bit. I think he earned that villain title for sure.
I agree. Like, it was like a likable villain for sure, but he earned that title, and I think he was more public with the villain aspect in season 4 because he's like, well, I already have this title, like, might as well.
So, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Might as well embrace it. Well, after all that, we get back to the other half of You Up, where next we have Austin versus Gabby. And, well, the first task was drink a bottle of water. You had Austin who drank a normal bottle, and then for some reason Gabby decided to drink a much bigger bottle?
Girl, drink the teeniest bottle of water that I could find. Those like little kid like half ones.
I love those. I always have those. I would have drank that.
Because it wasn't specific on which one.
Exactly. It didn't say full either, did it? Like
No, I think it just said drink a bottle of water, #hydrate.
Yeah.
We got to see Gabby's performance on Rain on Me. Happy late birthday to Andrew and Sabrina.
A year later.
Yeah.
A year later. I'm sure I'm saying happy birthday for whatever one they had this year. They are Aries, not Pisces, Gabby. Learn your horoscopes. And we got to see memes. Apparently, Austin's favorite animal is either a snake or a worm, whatever he drew on his arm, and Gabby's is a shark. Seems fitting.
Oh,
wow.
And then they have to be forced to watch season 2 in order to get a point.
Yeah.
It's like, watch season 2, or else you will lose the game. It's like, fine, I'll watch the season.
Of course, you gotta.
Yeah. Then we move on to Eli versus Kat, where they have to badly describe movies. I think Kat was doing Back to the Future, and I think Eli was doing Princess Bride.
Correct.
Never seen either.
What? They're both good movies. You definitely should.
I've never seen Back to the Future, but I have seen Princess Bride.
What?
I know. I haven't seen so many classic movies. It's so bad, but
same. I haven't seen any really.
Well, you should add that to your list because I recommend.
Both say Mitch should come back, obviously. Although nobody said Madison, which is sad. And now they have to start saying Holly because now she's gone.
Yeah.
What are the scariest thing? DM your parents that you're dropping out of college.
I feel like my parents wouldn't believe that for a second if I told them that. So I don't know if I feel like that would be kind of funny, but
that would scare my mom to death, especially because I was a last semester senior. she would have taken it seriously and she would have not been happy. So that would have been interesting.
You go through 3 years of college, just decide in the last year, you know what, I'm going to drop out. And then we finish with a shot, naturally.
Love.
Everyone
here is over 18. I mean, over 21.
We're not in Ireland, Lee. We have 21.
Sorry. Everyone there was over 21.
There you go.
And then we get to the final game, Jake versus Holly.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did you guys have to... Oh, yeah, I wrote down Holly, knife.
Oh my
Or-
god, yeah. I was in like the middle of the night and I was like, oh, I like makeup smeared on my face. Like I need to like take this photo with a knife. Yeah.
It was like, I will cut the competition. If only your hero tribe saw that picture. Like, maybe we shouldn't vote for her.
Yeah, definitely have
We
mercy.
might regret it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the whole lotion situation. I would not do that. And we get the results where the villains plus Eli tribe wins immunity 4-2. Jack dominated that challenge 13-2.
Crazy. Now I know. We remember hearing the results of that. We were like, oh no, come on.
Cam.
Poor Cam.
Yeah.
So we get so once the heroes are beaming with all the heroes, all the villains are celebrating with the fact that they won. Eli's beaming with joy. Where he's just like, I'm so happy we won because I don't want to go to tribal. Really? You sound like you do. You mentioned this earlier, Madison, the whole question of did Eli and Abby throw the competition?
That was brought up. Yep.
I think, judging by their confessionals, they didn't.
Yeah, definitely did not. But it was interesting that it was brought up almost immediately when the results came out.
Yeah, because it did not help that they're like the two people. Well, Eli, obviously, he's the only hero, so. And then Abby being like, I want to work with Eli and save him, so maybe if we get rid of Hannah. And then Gabby says, well, I've pretty much been saying all season, I hope the heroes do something interesting.
Yeah. Well, they did.
And then, sadly, why did that have to be the one interesting thing
right?
I did want to happen?
No.
And then the hero segment, it seems it's pretty much, is it going to be Holly or is it going to be Austin? People are saying Holly because she has too many friends, might have an idol. People are saying Austin because might have an idol. He's a winner. He's leaked information. He's obsessed with the staircase. My God, he loves doing those confessionals and staircases.
I think he lived in a dorm. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
That's probably why. And we get to tribal, and we find out it's a 2-2-2 tie between Holly, Cassidy, and Austin. And the revote happens, and Holly sadly left us.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun fact, this is the very first college Survivor 2-2-2 vote that I have seen.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
So-
shocked. After the first vote, I remember like hearing Kat and Cam and being like, I've been honest with you guys all week. Like, are you serious? Like, please. Because all you can do is beg for them to not vote you off.
Absolutely.
But they were sad. It's like I'm sorry.
Do you feel like they made the wrong decision? Should they vote off Austin or maybe even Cassidy?
Between Cassidy and I think they made the right decision. Just actually, I don't know. I feel like because Cassidy's gameplay was like more under the radar, so she probably like if both of us had stayed in, like she probably still would have gone farther than me. So honestly, I don't know if that like maybe they should have voted Cassidy off because she like flies under the radar. I don't know. I'm just saying that because I didn't want to go home. But between Austin and I feel like either one would have been a good decision. Like both of us were strong players, and obviously like I wish they'd voted me off because I feel like the only reason that they maybe should have voted Austin off instead of me is because I felt like I had been more honest in general than Austin, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, Holly, you are a very open player to people who you think you can trust, and I think you were open to a lot of those people. So I think looking from that, I think they made the wrong decision just for their games. I think it would have been better for them to vote out Austin.
Yeah.
But I understand wanting to separate you and Cassidy. And I do agree that you or Cassidy probably would have been smarter to go with you this week. But again, like, we'll see how it plays out. But it was interesting. I had no idea you were going home that week when I heard it. I forget who told me, but I was just like, what? No way. No way.
I feel like, I feel like it was maybe a shock to people, but like, I mean, not a shock in terms of like gameplay. Like, I think they knew it was coming at some point, but I feel like people didn't know it was like this week.
Yeah,
But
we didn't think it'd be that early, like on the earlier side. Yeah.
Merge minimum.
yeah,
Probably thought.
unfortunately not.
No,
Yeah.
sadly
Okay,
not.
we merged. Let's go.
Yeah, icons.
They're now pre-merge besties.
Yes.
They've now forgiven each other about the whole fake idol situation.
Exactly, we have. Yes.
So you are voted off. Sadly, how was your experience playing the game?
Overall, it was so fun. I feel like season 4 was really great because everyone that we were playing with was like super committed. I didn't care as much about winning as I did in season 3 because I was really happy with like how I finished with season 3. I was really proud of my game. So I like season 4 a little bit more like experimental for me almost. And that was really fun. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was so fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. And now Cassidy is the only RA member standing. It's going to be so interesting to see her play by herself.
Yeah.
Because all we've been hearing people say is like, oh, Cassidy is just riding Holly's coattails.
No.
But now that Holly's gone, we're going to see probably a whole new Cassidy. There was a little hint of that in I think the 4th episode after Paul left, where Cassidy was like, I'm going to play a more sneaky game.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting to see. I also think that maybe Austin should have gone more because, yeah, you and Cassidy were close, but Austin, I didn't know you weren't really close. Well, as a viewer, it didn't look like you were close to anyone else other than really Cassidy. Well, Austin,
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So someone should have taken you. Hi, Paul. Someone should have like taken you under their wing and be like, "I'll be besties with you. I'll vouch for you." I think that was a missed opportunity by all of them. So
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
And they will regret it in the future episodes.
Yeah.
And one more thing I'd like to bring up, now that you are since I'm now interviewing a hero for the first time, the whole thing with the conversation with this season was the whole, we don't want it just to be heroes versus villains.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's the way it's going so far. Were you one of those people who's like, I don't want to work with the heroes. Maybe if I'll just stick with the villain. I mean, I don't want to work with the villains. Maybe I'll just stick with the heroes.
I think initially, yeah, because like going into the game, I knew that like I knew Gabby, I knew Paul, I knew Kevin. I'm like, okay, let me just like ride out this hero thing while I can, and we'll deal with the villains at a later date because there's only so much like cross team strategizing that you can do. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Wow. But yeah, there's only so much like cross team strategizing that you can do without like ruining your game. So yeah, I don't know. I think for the time that I was in, like mainly sticking to heroes was the right decision to make.
Yeah, and it used to be kind of a hero side. It's like, oh, I don't want to work with those villains. But now we're getting a lot of the villains kind of being like, I don't want to work with those heroes.
Yeah.
It seems like the only people willing to work with like other people was like Austin wanting to work with other people and then Abby wanting to work with Eli, and everyone else is just like, no.
Yeah. It's funny how that ended up, but I don't know. Different personalities, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe if the tribes were like a little more swapped rather than just one hero kind of switching to a villain's tribe.
That is true.
But we're seeing cracks in those villains, and there are certainly cracks in those heroes, so you never know.
No.
And that's all we have time for. Thanks again, both of you, for joining me on this night.
Thank you for having us. This has been so fun.
Yeah.
Always nice to be here.
And thank you everyone for watching. If you want to watch any Syrvivor Syracuse content, subscribe to YouTube channel. To my knowledge, the next episode, it might be coming out today.
I think tomorrow, but I don't. Oh wait, yeah, it's Thursday. Never in theory, it should be out today. I should text you because I don't think they've posted about it yet. But yeah,
it's in theory coming out today. It's coming out at some time in the week.
Yes.
If you want to talk anything Syrvivor Syracuse, there is a Discord channel in the Syrvivor Reddit Discord. I'm in it. Madison's in it. Some other Syracuse people are in it. Holly, anywhere else we can go for Syrvivor Syracuse content?
Definitely follow the Instagram. I think it's at like Syrvivor Syracuse or like Syrvivor_Syracuse. If you just look up Syrvivor Syracuse on Instagram and Twitter, you'll find them. You can also follow me on Instagram at westbrook.holly and you will find Survivor content there. So yeah.
Do it.
Madison, where can people find you?
At Madison A. Brownie on everything. So give me a follow. Love that.
Yeah.
And if you want more live reality game shows podcasts, follow the Facebook group, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. You know the drill. Thank you once again, Holly, Madison, for coming. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.